Look, first of all, pardon me if I look uncomfortable sitting in this chair. I'm working on my posture. Okay, I'm trying to get myself together. After 44 years of slouching, I'm finally tackling the posture. I'm trying to get myself together with it. So I'm trying to sit up nice and tall and straight. And so I might look uncomfortable in this chair, but it's a process. It's a process. Okay. But look, so obviously, this weekend coming up is Valentine's weekend. The weekend, everyone's rushing out to go buy this, that, and the other, or rushing out to go eat somewhere. I got an opinion on Valentine's, and I've always had this opinion on Valentine's. I'm not a fan of Valentine's. That's just the way I feel about it. I'm not a fan of Valentine's. I think it's a Hallmark holiday that is built to make people go out and spend money for really no reason. I mean, the simplest part of it, you love who you love every day. We ain't got to celebrate on just Valentine's. You can show some love any old day. It ain't got to be on a certain day of the year every year. Like, oh, that's going to be the day you're going to get all this extra love. You're getting this extra loving on this day. No. But here's my thing about it. It's such a backwards idea on what everyone does, I feel like most people like, okay, don't worry, we're gonna dress up, we're gonna go out to a nice restaurant and sit down, have a good, nice dinner and whatnot. Whatever you might do afterwards. I don't know, some might see a movie, some might not. I don't know. But then they want to go back to the house and have sex. Good Valentine's. Hey, that's a Valentine's. My thing is, can we do something a little more thoughtful? Because think about what you're doing. You're basically saying, hey, honey, I love you. And I want to spend every waking hour with you. And to show you that, what we're going to do is go out and sit in a room with a bunch of other strangers that are also eating. They're basically eating with us, is what it is. You might not talk to each other, but y'all are basically eating together. All right? We're going to go out with a bunch of other strangers, not just me and you. It ain't just me and you. It's a bunch of other strangers. Have a nice dinner. And then after that, we can come home and show our love to each other by having probably the same sex you always have. It's sex. You're just having sex. Because we all know men, how men are. Hey, pussy's a gift. People like they act like that. They want a special gift from their wife. It's pussy. That's what men are gonna say. They'll take pussy as a gift. They don't care about nothing. Don't buy nothing. Don't even get lingerie. You don't need to waste money on that. Which you unwrap, and that's the gift. But yeah, I'm like, so why are we spending all this money? It's a Hallmark. It's made for people to spend money. So we're gonna spend all this money to look nice for other people. Go eat some expensive food at some nice restaurant, make them a lot of money. You spend all yours. How about you just stay at the house? You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds, that sounds like you're not doing anything. No, you are doing something. You know what you're doing? You're spending time together. You are spending time together. I'm talking about, stay at the house, cuddle up on the sofa, watch a movie together, have conversations with each other. It can be about the movie. It can be about anything. This spending that quality time together, and just showing you want to be there. If you feel like you want to do something sweet, say, hey, you know that book she's reading? Hey, why don't you go run out and you grab that book for yourself as well. Read it behind her back. Y'all can sit down and start having a little book club about it. You can start discussing the book with each other. Something she'll appreciate, you know? Because everybody loves cuddling. Who don't love cuddling? And who don't love being at the house with the person they love? Just enjoying company with each other. But yeah, I just feel like it is just such a forced thing. It's like you have to go out. And you have to spend a lot of money. And you have to get all these flowers. They're going to die. Okay? I mean, unless you plan on proposing, for marriage, then yeah, go ahead and do all that shit. You want to make a big deal of it. Cool. You ain't got to do that for Valentine's. You ain't got to show the world how in love you are. The only person needs to know how in love you are is the person you're in love with. And that's the main issue. I think a lot of the world goes out just to show others how in love they are. Like taking pictures for Facebook and shit, like and Instagram or whatever. Oh, look what my boo got me and all this kind of shit. No. Spend some quality time. Have conversations. Just cuddle. That's all you have to do. Hey, that little joint y'all always pass near y'all's house, they don't get a lot of business, but you always been curious about how good it is. Stop by there, get a little to-go joint. Take it back to the house. Have dinner together. Like, this is so good. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, my goodness. We done found a new spot. Just saying. And after that, if sex is on the table, let it be on the table. And y'all can go show each other how much you love each other in the bedroom. And if it ain't nothing wrong with some spooning. Just spoon with each other. Let's hold each other all night time. Whisper sweet nothings in your ear. I know I sound like I'm joking, because I am trying. I am being silly, but no, I wholeheartedly believe that. Like, don't be pressured into doing things just because everyone else does them. Don't be pressured into going on Valentine's, spend all this fucking money. Don't be pressured in buying whatever, chocolates and candy. Flowers and shit. Spend all this money. Don't be pressured and this is the night we gotta have sex. Let's mark it on the calendar. Nah, you ain't gotta do all that. There's no, I'm just saying. Just my opinion. You do what you will with it. Anyways, this is the JC Weekly Podcast. I believe we're on episode 8. This is episode 8, I believe. Back at it again this week. Like every time, you can catch me on TikTok, JC Weekly Talks. You can Instagram, JC_Weekly. On my Substack, where you'll have some of my written stuff, because I do write. So this is JC Weekly, Substack, /JC Weekly, whatever. And hey, you could be watching this on YouTube, so also the YouTube channel has videos of the podcast if you're not listening to through the podcast audio apps. But YouTube is JC Weekly. But of course, the audio version of this is also out on all podcast streaming platforms. So, with that being said, there's a lot going on as usual in the world, and I don't want to talk about it. So I think we're gonna stay with the theme of, since it is Valentine's, it's gonna be the Valentine's episode. This is gonna be the Valentine's episode. So there's a thing that you always hear talked about when it comes to love. And it's always something that has befuddled me. And I think it's because I couldn't nail down how I felt about it. Okay? And that thing is the term, or the question, or whatever. What is your love language? Now, I think we all know what men always say what their love language is. They always say it's touch. Because we always want to be touched, don't we? Don't everybody like touch? What they basically saying is sex. Sex is my love language. I think it's a cop-out. I think men just say that because it's just built into us to say shit like that. But it's hard for me to believe that every man in the world, love language is touch or sex. But I hear people, talk about, their relationships and whatnot. And oh, his love language is this, and my language is that, and that's kind of how we get along, or we don't get along, or whatever it may be. And I always hear that, and I'm like, what is my love language? Do I have a love language? Because I don't feel like I've been very successful at love so far in my life. I'm divorced, so. But I'm like, do I have a love language? And so I think about it. And I'm like, I enjoy touch. I feel like everyone enjoys touch, though. Doesn't everyone enjoy touch? I enjoy touch, but can I call that my love language? Does that speak to me the most when it comes to being a loving relationship? I don't know. And because I'm saying I don't know, I feel like that ain't it. So now I need to know what all the other love languages are. So I did look them up. Okay, and apparently there's 5. There's 5 love languages. Okay, we're talking quality time, physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, and receiving gifts. Let's go down the list. Let's just go down the list. I'm talking about quality time. Definition of that is focused, uninterrupted time together, like meaningful conversations or shared activities. I do enjoy that. I feel like if you get with the right person that you enjoy spending all that time with and having meaningful conversation, and you don't just get to annoy each other or whatever. I'm not talking about you coming home and y'all sit on the couch and watch TV. But in the end, one of you ain't really watching TV. One's watching the show that person wants to watch. Other one's just on the couch because they obligated to be there, and they're like on the phone. Ain't really watch TV. Not too many conversations might be had. Might say a few things here and there. I don't consider that quality time. I think there's just a feeling like when you're with someone, you just feel like you have an obligation to be around them, instead of to actually want to be around them all the time, and knowing that the time is going to be very worthwhile, and there can be meaningful conversation had, and you just feel at comfort there. So quality time, I don't know. Second one's physical touch. We all know what that is, physical touch. I mean, they list like hugs, hand holding, or massages. But when you say physical touch is a love language, people, they just think sex. But I think the actual physical touch on love language is not sex. I think it is actual what they say it is right here. There's certain expression of affection through physical contact, which could be sex, of course. But I'm talking about the other items, the sensual stuff. Okay, the hugs, the hand holding, this, that, and the other. I think that's valid because who doesn't enjoy those things, especially when the person they love or are enamored with do it. All right, I don't dig in too deep because fucking physical touch, acts of service, doing helpful things for your partner, like chores or running errands. So I've heard a friend say that their spouse love language was of acts of service. So that means that they feel. So I'm trying to understand it myself while I'm talking about it with you. They feel the most love when they're doing something for their loved ones. But I feel like in doing that, you appreciate and are fulfilled in doing these acts of service for your loved ones, but how can that be a love language when you're not getting, say you don't get any affirmations back? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you do the thing, you cook the breakfast and do things, and like, you've done it and you feel fulfilled because of that. But how you feel fulfilled just from doing those activities? How do you feel love from your opposite if they don't say shit, like they don't say please? I mean, don't say thank you or whatever. Like that's the affirmation part of it, right? I feel like acts of service and words of affirmation kind of go hand in hand. And I think if you have one, like especially the acts of service without the affirmation part, the other, then how can that be love languages? There are two things that you gotta have. I think they should be paired together. But what the fuck do I know? What the fuck do I know about love? And then receiving gifts. That's kind of shallow, you know. It's kind of shallow in receiving gifts, feeling love through thoughtful, meaningful presence. I mean, understand the thoughtful, meaningful part, not just buying shit to buy shit and to just get stuff just because. I feel like it's kind of a shallow thing, though. It's kind of a shallow thing. So, and looking at all that, I don't know if I agree with it. I think they are. It's funny that people want to nail down what their love language is and to be in one singular thing. Okay? Because when I look at that, I feel like you need all that. Maybe that's the problem with society. Maybe that's why there's so much, problem with relationships, because everyone's saying, oh, this is my love language. This is my love language. This one thing, this one singular thing. That's my love language. And they just scrap all this other shit. Like, I think like all 5 of these are necessary for 2 people to exist and love each other in a really meaningful way. So it's like I never thought about it before, really, in this way. But now I see them all out in front of me. I'm like, don't you need all these? I really think you need all these. But apparently, like, especially, I guess for here, I guess the number one thing that everyone always says, apparently this is the number one love language, is quality time, which I'm shocked, 'cause I swear I thought it would have been a touch. But it's not. It's quality time. And that's reassuring, because certainly quality time is, and I ain't never, this is not me being some guru on love, because I'm definitely not, because I've probably failed at all of these at one time or another. And so I'm not gonna sit here and look down my nose at nobody, who is and who ain't doing this. So, please, I'm just unpacking this stuff now on Valentine's week here. But yeah, I just think all these things. It's crazy that who came up with the idea, like, hey, we need to nail down this one love language. It's funny that there's only 5 things. Is it really? I mean, I feel like there's so many other things. What else we got? Actually, hey, here's a few more. Emotional support. That's a good one. Shared interest. Now, is that a language? I don't think that's a language. I think just like, I think it's probably helpful if you have at least 1 or 2 things that you share an interest in. Trust and honesty. Sure. I mean, let's be honest about it now. Like, yeah. This love language thing is a scam. Is this love languages is a scam like Valentine's Day is? No, I don't think about it. This is just a scam. This is just some bullshit that they've come up with as a talking point for love. You need all these things in some degree. Maybe one more, maybe some more than others, but in the end, you need all of these things. I mean, sure, some of these things you could, have less of, and you'd be fine. I'm not saying it needs to be an equal amount of all. I mean, got me stuttering and shit. Got me stuttering and shit. It's interesting though it just hit me, and maybe this is why I never could figure out what my love language was. Like, because it's. I think now I realize it's silly just to have to name one thing. Like, because if I find that person that that I really have a lot of chemistry with, like quality time, feels great. Obviously, touch. We're not going to move on from that. When you really love someone, acts of service, doing things for them is going to make you feel great because you've done that. But then right behind it, affirmations from them and showing their appreciation, or give you compliments or praise and encouragement, that's going to feel great. And receiving gifts, the thing is, I've never been a big gift guy. Like, I appreciate gifts that have been given to me or whatever, but I don't need nothing. If I want some, I'll buy it. But, it does make you feel nice when someone buys something, especially that's, it might be a surprise. Yeah. See, I thought I was gonna come here and be able to lock down what my love language is, but I'm happy I'm not, because I don't think we should focus on just one. I don't think we should focus on just one. Ooh, glad we got to the end of the bottom of that, huh? I mean, really, everyone needs to listen to this podcast now just to realize I'm fixing relationships. I'm divorced, but I'm fixing relationships. Oh gosh. All right. So we'll just end off on a little keeping the Valentines theme. All right. And since I've been watching quite a few here recently, maybe it's because it's that time of year. I don't know. Maybe because I've just been bored. Maybe I just had some love in my heart. I don't know. But when watching quite a few, some rom-coms here and there, some love movies, before we end out, how about we try, or I'll try, and nail down, maybe like a top 5 love movies. Now, to bring this in a little bit closer to what I prefer to watch and what I like, I think black love movies are the best. That's what I identify with most of the time. I know I'm white, I can see that, but that's what I appreciate the most. Like, I've seen The Notebook. I know everybody loves it. It's fine. It's a good movie, but like, I don't. It's something about black love. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to tell you. I can't explain it. But let's throw a few out there. I'm gonna tell you what. And one of the ones I watched here recently, I had not seen, and I really enjoyed it, which was The Photograph with Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield. That was really good, and I didn't expect it to be that good, and that was really good. But just because that was fresh on my mind. But we can go back to classics now. I'm talking Love Jones, talking Brown Sugar, The Brothers, some of The Wood. All these are great. Something that's a little closer, newer, is Queen and Slim. That is such an underrated film that got looked over so bad. That's one of my favorite love films. What else is out there? I mean, the Think Like a Man stuff. I mean, I think it's just it's too much on the comedic side for me. Like, it's a good movie. I like it. a lot, but it's just too much. I mean, it's need more love. And what I haven't seen, the Best Man. I don't know if I named that. The Best Man's up there. Love and Basketball is up there. What I haven't seen is If Beale Street Could Talk, and that is probably gonna be one of my next watches. Will be If Beale Street Could Talk. So stay tuned on that. But yeah, I'm just done. If you haven't seen any of these, please go get them queued up on whatever streaming service they might be on, and watch them, because there are some great ones out there. There are plenty of wonderful films out there that isn't the fucking Notebook. Okay, but anyways, I think that's gonna do it for me. I can only talk so much about love and Valentines. That's not true. I write poetry about love all the time, even though which is one of my newer stuff that's coming out. It's like one of the lines is, I wish I loved as well as I write about love. But we can address that some other time. But anyways, until next time, you can catch me on all my socials. I said before, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, my Substack, so on and so forth. But until next time, peace.